Sitting down this afternoon, Theo from ASTV with Director of Expansion of the Western Provinces Hockey Association, Derek Prue. Good afternoon. I'm glad I was able to catch you in the middle of traveling from A to B. How is this afternoon for you?
It's great, Theo. Thanks a lot.
So I'm glad we were able to catch up because this is obviously an exciting time for the WPHA. Explain to us the league this past year, the teams that were involved this past year, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. In our inaugural year, we started with 4 teams: Edson, Hinton, Cold Lake, and Meadow Lake. That was our footprint for this past season, we're looking to expand and moving forward.
So earlier this month, there was a great announcement with the merger with the Greater Metro Hockey League, which is mostly Ontario. Explain how that merger is going to work in terms of an administrative side of things with regards to insurances and all that other under the table stuff that hockey teams don't really normally see.
Sure. We're extremely excited to be a part of the GMHL. They've been around for, I believe this is their 14th year, largest and longest running independent league. So it fits our business model, to a T. They're looking at expanding their footprint across Canada, so it works for them. And from an operational perspective, things like the sanctioning, player insurance, all stats. The director of officiating, all that stuff is in place. So it's a good fit there as well.
So is it safe to say that you'll be adopting most of their administrative ways that the GMHL has set up for you and work within your business model itself?
Yes, we've got the option to fine tune it to kind of fit our fans in our geographic area, but for the most part, I expect that that will be adopting the majority of their policy and procedure.
Where do most of these players? Where are you drawing the talent from to field these teams that are coming in the 2019-2020 season?
Well, when we started this initiative, we looked at our protected areas, BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. When you look at those 3 provinces, there's about 350 kids every year that are already leaving to play in leagues like this. There's simply not enough junior A teams here. The existing leagues have essentially refused to expand meaningfully for a very long time. So they're number one, there's players that are leaving that don't have to leave now. So that's kind of the main pool of the players. And then we've got some other competitive advantages from operating with the GMHL. One of those is we have the ability to take on a lot of European content. So how it works over there is once you hit junior age, if you're not in the national circuit, in the U20 or U18, or able to make the jump to the pro ranks, you're kind of left in no man's land. So there's a very large pool of Euros that want to come to Canada for 2 or 3 years and kind of hone their skills before going back and playing pro.
So you're looking to tap into that European market that is a bit of a question mark, as well as providing a home for, like you said, 350 to 400 players in Western Canada that don't have the opportunity to stay near home and have to travel elsewhere to play in another league. Basically, we're looking at an untapped bed of talent in the European area, as well as providing a home for 300 and 350 Canadian kids that potentially would have to go elsewhere to play hockey. That's the model to which the WPHA is existing.
Yep, that's right. We're looking at those guys. The Europeans, we expect to have probably about 5 or 6 on each team. The word is getting out that we're able to develop those guys effectively, and it's one of the few kind of choices that they've got at this point.
So as the director of expansion, I'm going to ask you a really interesting question. How do you attract players to come to play at places like Slave Lake, Cold Lake, Hinton? These are smaller areas, smaller towns. How do you attract talent to come from outside to these areas?
Well, we focus on the development. So our model is, it's an academy based. We follow kind of the European pro or collegiate, where we have dedicated practices all week. There's no weekday games. We play strictly on weekends. So you're getting that. You're guaranteed that 4-day. We go twice a day, every day. Once on the ice and once off the ice, doing whether it's weight training, just Thailand, video. So it's a full gig for these guys, and really that's what what sets us apart is focusing on that, and the guys are moving on to the next levels, and they're getting a lot better from the beginning of the season to the end. So that that's kind of the hallmark of success there.
Okay, so it's a kind of, like you said, an academy prep style format, which I like. Where now, from the GMHL standpoint and your merger, are there going to be able to share players? Are there going to be trades? Are there going to be sanctions? Are there going to be trade deadlines for this league? Or how is that part going to operate internally?
Yeah, we'll follow the GMHL guidelines and policy on that. So yeah, they've got a protected list. Trades, all of that stuff. We're working through some of the details on there, like who's going to pay for travel, for example, if it's an east-west type trade, or just one player coming, or those type of things. But normally those are all just spelled out in terms of the trades, anyways. But yeah, it's a legit part of the GMHL, so we'll be able to trade back and forth and all that stuff.
So there can be East Ontario players playing in Alberta throughout the year, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be.
Okay, so now is there a trade deadline? You're working on that, protected players. Is there an import list that you have to keep or you can keep, and how many players would that be per team?
Honestly, we're just going to fine tune those details moving forward. I'm going to be in Toronto meeting with the commissioner and president next week, and those are the type of details we're going to be hammering through.
It's not a lot of time. You look like July and August, and tryouts start early September.
Yeah, that's right.
So we have from the list that you've provided, we've got Cold Lake, Slave Lake, Hinton, Enoch. We've got a team at Edge Academy in Edmonton, Edmonton Academy, and potentially the other team from Saskatchewan, correct? The Flying Dust First Nation.
That's right.
And looking over the website, a lot of these facilities are pretty state-of-the-art. Like, these are big buildings, nice buildings to play in.
Yeah, no, we've been lucky. The buildings are they're good. The existing fan bases are great. I know they're selling a ton of season tickets in Slave Lake. So I think, that's another, when players are playing in that environment, that's a big plus too. Like a lot of these guys, their other options are, playing in front of 100 or 150 people, or even less in some spots, right? So we're bringing the full junior A experience with where we are, the markets we are going to. As far as the player recruitment, we do have a stable. We ran our own WPHA identity.
So, Derek, in terms of recruiting players, you said that there was a stable or a group of showcases, exposure that you've given certain players?
Yeah, we've got we had our first identification camp here about a month ago. 65 players show up at that. Most of those guys were identified as being able to play in the league, so that's good news. And then we've obviously all the coaches and GMs, like anywhere, do their own recruiting. But we've also got WPHA representatives at a lot of the identification camps. Last weekend, we had people in Calgary. This weekend, we're in Las Vegas at that big one that they have every year, and there's a couple more. So, for the new teams that are coming, they're not necessarily starting from scratch. There will be some players, in queue, looking for homes.
Okay, so what's the age group we're looking at? Is it up until 21, 20?
Yeah, up to 21.
Okay, and so that's the age cutoff. We talked about the infrastructures, the physical infrastructures. We got to talk about the personnel infrastructure. Jay Sawani, I hope I said his name right. What is his vision of the WPHA and what it's expecting with the GMHL?
Well, our vision in our protected area is BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. So where we're already operating, and I think, long term, who knows? We are getting since the merger, we are getting a lot of calls from communities, interested in looking at it as options. I think there still are a lot of mostly northern half of the provinces are a little kind of underrepresented. BC, there's a lot of opportunities there that may well be kind of the next kind of focus expansion. Do kind of a mini division over there is another possibility.
So we're going to be set, like you said, after your discussions with Toronto and meeting with them. We will touch base with you once more items are ironed out. I thank you very much for your time, Derek. Safe travels, and we will touch base with you in the coming weeks.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Right on.